Hello, everyone, and welcome to our training on transition plans for Matrix Early Head Start Childcare Partnership. This training will be presented today by Child Development Specialist Janice Dawson and Charlotte Brown.
Welcome.
Please join us as we walk you through the process of completing an Early Head Start Childcare Partnership transition plan. We know children experience many transitions in their young lives because change is inevitable. They move from home to infant and toddler care, to preschool, to kindergarten, and so on. And with each setting comes a new environment, routines, activities, people, as well as different expectations. Moving from a familiar to an unfamiliar environment can be exciting, but also challenging for young children. Knowing about children's development can help us understand how children respond to transitions. In addition, when program staff collaborate with families, they can learn how individual children experience change. Staff can also learn how to help children feel secure and comfortable during transitions. Now let's go over a few objectives for today. We will define an early Head Start Childcare Partnership transition plan. We're going to understand the importance of a transition plan. We'll determine when to use it. We'll identify the individuals that will be included in the process and their roles. And we will describe the steps to complete a transition plan. And then we'll just discuss briefly the next steps. So what is an early Head Start Childcare Partnership transition plan? This plan provides transition strategies and policies for early Head Start that support successful transitions for children and their parents. Staff will work collaboratively with parents to ensure a successful transition for families while encouraging their continued involvement in the development of their children's education. So the transition plans will include all of the content areas. So we're looking at education, health, nutrition, disability, parent services, and parent, family, and community engagement as needed. So why is it important? Why do we need to do a transition plan? Well, according to the Head Start performance standards, when a child is transitioning from early Head Start, an early Head Start program must implement strategies and practices to support successful transitions for children and their families. A program must collaborate with parents of early Head Start children to implement strategies and activities that support successful transitions from early Head Start, and at a minimum, provide information about the child's progress during the program year, and to provide strategies for parents to continue their involvement for the education and development of their child. When transitioning between programs for families and children who move out of the community in which they are currently served, including homeless families and foster care children, a program must undertake efforts to support effective transitions to other early Head Start or Head Start programs. If early Head Start or Head Start is not available, the program should assist the family to identify another early childhood program that meets their needs. Now let's discuss timing. If the child's program is center-based, so if your child or a child is in a center, when should this process start? When should we start the transition process? So again, according to the Head Start performance standards to ensure the most appropriate placement and services following participation in the early Head Start program, the transition process should start at least 6 months prior to the child's 3rd birthday. Now that's 2.6 years old for the child. Implement transition planning for each child and family that takes into account the child's developmental level, the health of the child, and disability status. The progress made by the child and the family while in early Head Start, current and changing family circumstances, and the availability of Head Start and other child development services in the community that will meet the need of the children and family.
Okay, now we will speak about the family child care home. That's another type of transition plan. It's both done on the same form, but it looks a little different because the family child care home begins at 3.6 years. These children can remain at the home after this point because they have children there that's 4 and beyond. It's very different in a home than it would be in a center. So that's the mandate and the difference from the center to the family child care home. Forming a transition team. This team, you began your planning process by forming a transition team. This team will include the child's parents, guardians, the teacher, the family advocate, the disability specialist needed, and the provider or the roles. The parent's role would be encourage effective mutual engagement with the teacher, provider, and the FA. Make a countdown calendar to help the children understand this journey. Read books about transition to the child. The teacher is to understand and support the child's growth and development. Provide information and materials about useful resources. Share information about what to expect. Create a photo book of current peers. The provider FA roles are to help make arrangements for the child to visit their new environment. If there's another classroom the child can transition to. Provide resources to the family. The disability role is only if it's needed to provide alternative resources to support the specific needs of the child. The disability role is only if it's needed to provide alternative resources to support specific needs of the child and family. How to complete a transition plan. As you notice here, it's a blank form. You have arrows pointing to specific parts of the transition. I'm only going to speak about where the arrows are for now. The red arrow points to origination date, the day the transition starts. The orange arrow points to the anticipated date, the date the transition ends. And the blue arrow points to the different types of transitions. The purple arrow indicates the child and the family summary, which we will speak about in just a moment. On the back of the sheet, you see a yellow arrow. It speaks to the activities, the date, the person responsible, the date again, and the outcome. The orange one speaks to the team members, which will be filled out at the time of the meeting. Okay, here we are with a completed transition form. You notice up there at the origination date, it says 9/1/21. That's the date the child turned 2.6 years. Anticipated date is the day that they became 3 years old, which is March 1st, 2022. The provider's name, child's name, date of birth, parent or guardian's name, the classroom name, which could be A, B, C, or whatever they deem to name the class, the teacher's initials, provider's initials. In the middle where it says the type of transition, you notice the yellow arrow, and it's a check where it says transition from early Head Start Child Care Partnership to Head Start. EHS CCP only. That's only if that child is coming from CCP. Down below, you will see the child and family summary, which states, Linda Murray has an allergy to food with eggs in them and foods with red sauce. Jasmine Murray, which is the mother, is a single parent with a part-time job and attends an online class. On the other sheet right beside there on the back, you will see there's the date the child left the classroom and went to another classroom, the activity, which is group time, the teacher's name going personal responsibility. The same date will go there for a completion date because it's all in one day. It's just for a little while, maybe 40 minutes, maybe an hour. And then you'll speak about the outcome. How did the child act when the child went there? And up here it said, Linda enjoys group time. So then you will follow that down. You see choice time, lunch time, outside time. All of the dates are the same because it's the same day. We chose, and it always should be, that the child experience different times of the day when they go to a transitioning room. The spot that says the meeting was unable to be held due to, sometimes due to COVID or other unforeseen circumstances, you may not be able to have a face-to-face with everyone. So in that case, you may have to do a Zoom, a video conference, email, something of that nature that everybody can coherently be a part of. Next steps. Once you have completed the transition form, that's when you would turn it over to your child development specialist. And if there's any questions or concerns, you can do a follow-up. Thank you.
Okay, so now we're going to watch a short video entitled Transitioning and Settling In. Okay, so we've provided a list of books to also support children during transitions. Transitions are difficult for all of us, so let's do our best at making them as smooth as possible for our children and families. So this is just a list of books that are really, really good for transitions. My favorite is The Kissing Hand. I really, really love that book, but they're all great. Okay. Okay. So this next step, okay, so we've completed our training for today. And now we would like for you to take out your phone or your tablet. And I'm going to give you a couple minutes to do that. A couple seconds to do that. Once you have your phone or your tablet out, will you please take a picture of the QR code that says scan me? Once you scan that code, the Google document will appear and you're going to complete the questions and hit submit. There's going to be 3 questions. So please answer all the questions and click submit. And once you have submitted all of your questions, we will send you out a certificate once everything is completed at a later date. And I'm just going to keep the screen up for a few more seconds so that you can take a picture of this QR code that says scan me. Okay. And we just want to thank you today for taking the time to watch our training on transition plans. Thank you and have a great day.
Thank you.